What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stokastic here on the Stokastic YouTube channel with another edition of the PGA DFS First Look. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell as we get going. Goes a long way for me on this video, goes a long way for you. That way, you become apprised whenever great content is going live here at our little neck of the YouTube woods. We got DraftKings Rainmakers, baby, and that's where we're going to be starting with our lovely program. You simply go to the Rainmakers tab at the top. You go to the lobby, and there are a ton of contests. Now, if you haven't gotten your starter pack, definitely get that. You can sign up for that in the video description box below as well. You're going to get 8 golfers that you can utilize into a core-only, starter-only, 1K guaranteed cash. Good stuff. You can get your feet wet, see exactly how it's all going to be built and put together. But I've got a couple lineups that I've already built. I'm going to be doing a VOD if you guys want to check it out, talking a little PGA Tour Rainmakers here for this week. But DraftKings did an amazing job with this product, and I think you're going to really enjoy it. Playing some of these core contests that they have going for this week, you only play one player from each team here at the Zurich Classic. And if you're unfamiliar with what I'm talking about, I promise I will be explaining everything here. But we're going to be playing these players, only 5 golfers as opposed to the 6 you traditionally have for their DFS product, but there's no salary cap. The cards carry worth. So if you look at like a Benny On, you have the rare cards that, you have different price points, so different serial numbers that come into play as well. So many fun ways that you can take advantage of this product and have a really good time making some money. So check it out. A free starter pack set up for you in the video description box below. And again, you can only play one player from each team here, so don't play Brem and Hubbard or things of that nature. Not that you want to play Brem and Hubbard. I just simply got them in packs. So there it is. Check out some of those packs. Check out some of the other drops that they have going on. And if you don't have players in that starter pack playing this week, go to the Craft and Burn section. You can go to that, and you have an opportunity to get yourself access to players who are teeing it up over the weekend. We'll jump back into the daily fantasy stuff there. But as always, I'm going to talk you through the top golfers tool here at Stokastic for the week. Might as well refresh it while I'm at it too. Then we're going to do a little something different. We're not going to be jumping over to Cruncher to work on anything in the old optimizer. We're going to be doing a little bit of some stuff over here at Stokastic. Stay tuned for that. Looking forward to it. And then as always, I'm going to build out my single entry lineup, talking you through some of it. And I'm only going to give you 4 selections for it, so you can kind of pick and choose where you want to go. But this week, we're playing team golf. Yeah, you heard me. 2-man team golf, 4-ball, foursomes, gonna be wild stuff. So let's talk about the format first. If you are unfamiliar, the Zurich Classic, you got teams of 2. Guys are teeing it up together. So you have Cantlay and Schauffele. They won this event last year, shot 29 under. They're very, very good at golf. They're the favorites by far. 3-1 favorites, by the way, just about everywhere, including the DraftKings Sportsbook. But on Thursday and Saturday, if you make the cut. So on Thursday, you are playing best ball. What does this mean? It means that you're both teeing off on a hole. Everybody's playing their own ball. You take the lowest score on a hole. So you're going to see guys shoot 59. You're going to see guys shoot 60, 61. You're going to see some really low numbers in best ball, because when the best players in the world tee it up, and there are a couple of best players in the world in this field, they are going to go very, very low on a golf course setup like TPC Louisiana. And there's guys who have played this golf tournament before, who have experience on this track. You've got some fun pairings. You have like John Daly playing in this thing alongside David Duval. Like, what are we doing here? But then you also have these insanely competitive teams like Patrick Cantlay and Xander Schauffele, Max Homa and Colin Morikawa, Sung J M Keith Mitchell. Like, we're talking some of the best players in the world that have teamed up to play in this thing and just stack their team and go out and beat the crap out of some people. So that's going to be fun. Friday and Sunday are foursomes. And if you watch the Ryder Cup, the President's Cup, you're probably familiar with this format, but here's how it works. You have everybody picking on your team. You have 2 guys on the team. One person is going to tee off on all the odd numbered holes, and one person is going to tee off on all the even number holes. So odd 1, even 2. You're only playing 1 ball, though, the entire way. So scores will not be nearly as low. If you shoot lower on your foursomes compared to your best ball, you're going to be in a lot of trouble, more than likely, unless you shoot like 61 and then you shoot 62, and that'd be an insanely good score. Because again, you're only playing 1 ball, but you're alternating the shots that you're hitting. So if I tee off, then my partner hits the second shot, so on and so forth until we hole out. So it is really important that your other partner can at least come for the ride, because 2 of the days, they're going to have to hit half of the golf shots. it is going to be wild. So very much looking forward to this format. It's a really fun week to be playing DFS, take some shots, take some long shots. I don't take it too super seriously. Again, some of the odds are ridiculous. Again, Cantlay and Schauffele, they are 3-1 in the outright market, and in the top 10 market, minus 250 a lot of places. We don't have them nearly that high, but a win percentage of 14.2%, might even project that a tiny bit higher, but a top 6 percentage, 50% of the time basically, they are finishing in the top 6. That is an absurd number, like truly absurd. So I get the negative leverage that's sitting here, but there's a team that has more negative leverage, and we'll get to that here in a second. But starting in the 10K range, there are a lot of interesting teams. You have the Cal Berkeley Bears, Max Homa, Colin Morikawa, Sungjae Im, and Killa Keith. That is a ball striking extraordinaire. And then Justin Suh and Thigala. That's the one that I'm most interested in, regardless of the fact that, yes, they're the ones with positive leverage. I'm going to start off my single entry team with them. I think you can even go can't land them, and I think we probably will because I'm a coward like that. Justin Suh, though, as much as you know Thigala, 7 top 10s now. Look at this. 7 top 10s for one Thigala. Don't look at my NBA and baseball stuff. I'm not even sure if I'm going to play today because so much to do, so much to see. So what's wrong with taking the back streets or a day off? We've got Thigala, 7 top 10s, coming off of an awesome debut at the Masters, top 10. RBC Heritage, T5. The guy is just ridiculous. T6, Genesis, T14, Arnold Palmer. And it's cool because I got to play Crystal Air Country Club right behind him. And again, he was the #1 amateur, played at Pepperdine. I'm like, this guy's going to be pretty good. Turns out he's pretty good at golf. So he qualified for that U.S. Amateur for what it's worth. Not that that should surprise anybody. He's very good. So cool. We continue on our merry way. And Justin Suh, to throw it in there as well, I like some of the course comps that we have for him. This is like the Pete Dye run of events. This is still a Pete Dye, even though he didn't like hands in the dirt this from my understanding of it. There were a couple of other guys that helped on the design, helped on the actual boots on the ground portion of it. Still a spot where Pete Dye has his imprint on this golf course. And you have this, you have Hilton Head, you have Players Championship. You have so many spots where it just seems like this is his time of the year where we just see all of his golf courses. Well, Justin Suh, 5th at the Honda Classic, 6th, I believe, at the Players Championship as well. I should double check my work. Look at that. I was right. Cool when you can prove it. 6th, 5th. Good stuff. Really, really, really good stuff. Like seeing it. You love to see it. Your partner, you at least want him to be able to spike some upside. And knowing that Justin Suh can do that on any given week, alongside Thigala, on a golf course with over 100 bunkers, water in some spots, but generally pretty scoreable, I think bodes well for this team. I'm going to play them. The 9K range, looking at Sam Burns, looking at Billy Horschel, this shouldn't surprise anybody who watches my golf content. Sam Burns, I find him to be very talented, wins the match play, has won the won the Colonial last year, won a lot of golf tournaments, a lot more golf tournaments than you'd think. Back-to-backs at the Valspar, plays far more difficult than this will, but again, Bermuda grass, all the things you want. And Billy Horschel, they teamed up last year, 2nd place, a distant 2nd, mind you, behind Cantlay, behind Schauffele, and they're 29 under. But Sam Burns and Billy Horschel played in this event twice together. They know who's going to be hitting on the odds and the evens going into both of those days. And I think that helps kind of put it to rest. You know, there's a lot of other pairings that don't have the familiarity with the format or the golf course. And that makes 9,500 for Sam Burns and Billy Horschel. Awfully fun for me. Let's talk about a fade for me in the 9K range. Kurt Kitayama, Taylor Montgomery. Why are they pulling ownership? I don't know. Kurt Kitayama. What? Cut. You'd think he was holding scissors. Kurt Kitayama, definitely not very good for me this week. I don't understand the ownership. And Taylor Montgomery, a putting luck box. There you go. 16% for them. Negative leverage. Absolute pass. You shall not. No, you shall pass is what it is. Joel Dahman, like seeing him there with Denny McCarthy. Think this is a really great upside target. Positive leverage. This is just good to go. If you watch Netflix, you're probably going to be cheering for him anyway. So there you go. That's good stuff as well. And then as you move down the board, a lot of positive leverage teams. Now, Callum Tarrant, I can't remember who he's teaming up with, but there are a couple of them here. Kelly Craft. They're going to be some obscure teams that jump up there because they go really, really low on Thursday or Saturday, or they hold down the fort and a top team struggles with the 4-ball format, or with the foursomes format on Friday and Sunday. So lots of ways where you could see some of these teams jump from obscurity. But there is one team that I just can't get over their ownership. Benny On. 7,100. They are insanely owned. Look at this madness. Benny On, 54.5%. And I know there's a lot of teams at 7,100. He's with SH Kim here, 7,100. I know that it's broken up a little bit that way. But what are we doing with this ownership? We have tons of negative leverage coming in their direction. 2.6% win percentage, 18% top 6 percentage. You are better off doing just about anything, according to the Top Golfers tool, than doing that. Are they the most abysmal plays on planet Earth? No, but at this ownership, kind of. Again, group it by top 6 percentage, you can see who's teamed up with whom a little bit better. Whom with whom? Look at me using my words so proficiently. This is interesting. Yeah, Denny McCarthy, Joel Dahman, definitely going to be a team that I have some exposure to. But to round it out, Taylor Moore, Davis Riley, getting positive leverage on them, on Taylor Moore and Matt Neesmith. That makes sense. The Nick Hardy and Davis Riley, I really like as well. Lots of opportunities to get some of these teams where I think Davis Riley, again, Bermuda grass. We saw him kind of excel a little bit more last year, but, is what it is. Be paying attention to news. Be paying attention to a lot of the things when it comes to ownership, not news. That was such an NBA reflex. But be paying attention to the ownership on these guys specifically, because I want to play a little bit of the ownership game on a golf tournament with outside of these top couple teams. I think there's going to be a ton of variance. Thomas Dietrich, this is the shout out I wanted to make. Let's go to the 7,900 range, because I think there are two teams pulling a ton of ownership, and one is warranted and one I don't think is as much. Nikolai Højgaard is playing with Thorbjørn Olsen, the Denmarkians, if you will. Two guys from Denmark teaming it up. Thunder Bear hasn't had the nearly as good of stuff, and Højgaard, he's played well at times overseas and been really, really good overseas, actually, but he's played well at, like, the Corrales. I don't care. 7,900 for him here in this field. It'd be cool to have them both get a PGA Tour card full time and be able to rock. I think Højgaard gets it there for that W that he had the other week. But yeah, Højgaard, look at this box score madness. I mean, what are we doing? We're going to jam him here the second at Corrales? Yeah, he's not going to get a tour card based off of that finish. But I'm saying Højgaard and Thunder Bear, they aren't nearly as appealing of a team as Victor Perez and Thomas Dietrich to me. Dietrich, playing some really good golf, top 40 in the FedEx Cup playoff stealio, and Victor Perez, he's been really good overseas in their comparable thing. It's called the Race to Dubai, 7,900. He is third, I believe, in that race. So lots of great opportunity to get some leverage based off of that. Don't really want to be playing them together. Give me the Dietrich Perez side. Cool. Lots of other teams to go through. You can comb through that. Numbers are going to change a little bit. Oh, and yeah, Kurt Kitayama, Taylor Montgomery. No, thank you. I'll pass. Cool. Let's jump over to the Stokastic PGA lineup generator. Yeah, that's what we're going to be doing here this week. We're going to DraftKings. We're going to go to the tournament format, and all of these tools can be yours. The PGA DFS lineup generator, though, is its own specific thing. It's less than $10 a week. That is an amazing deal to be able to check out. We have Alex Baker. We have a lot of guys behind the scenes curating some of the best lineups based on what you're looking for. Again, select an ownership style. In general, chalky lineups, more likely to cash in a contest, but going too heavy on favorites can leave you with a lowly finish if they all underperform. So there you go. Pretty self-explanatory deal of how DFS works. But I want to go to some contrarian lineups and see where this kind of lands for us. Players to lock. We're not going to be locking anybody. Skip. Boom. Look at this. Cantlay, Burns, Højgaard, List. Look at that. Because your list, Luke List, is on my list of the best things in life. Benny On. And Grant, I don't really want to be playing the chalky Benny On, so 7,100, I could come down, $100 left, 7,200 that I have left. I could easily find anybody else, this Eric Cole team. Ooh, Eric Cole, Sam Saunders, 7K. Can we get the Bay Hill connection, the younglings together there? That'd be really cool stuff. Birds of a feather now. Let's do it. Save. I'm going to save a bunch of these here quick for timeliness. And you're going to get this amazing, oh, good Lord, so much Benny On. I would be fixing some of that. And you can easily do that. So we can find a Benny On lineup like this one. And I can see, oh, 50K. So it's got to be Benny On 7,100 or cheaper. And I can swap it in immediately just through the lineup builder. Let's put Troy Merritt. Who's Troy Merritt playing with? Who knows? I don't know. export to CSV, and boom, tough to Actin to Nactin. Great stuff, super easy to be able to do. We just made 20 max lineups. I like seeing that we at least got some Sam Burns exposure. Callum Shinkwin, look at that. Shinkwin, great. Be checking all of that out here with the Stokastic lineup generator here for the PGA Streets. Again, sign up for that in the video description box below. Less than $10 per week. Awesome stuff. All right, y'all, as always, we rounded out building out a single entry. And if you want to be going the Schauffele and Thigala route, I think it's not super thin. I said I was going to do it. I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to build you out my 4, and I feel pretty confident. And I'm going to be going to the Thigala team. I'm going to be going to the Burns Horschel team. Neither of those should surprise anybody. Talked about him a little bit earlier here as well. Davis Riley. I like him with Nick Hardy. I think that that's going to be a good contrarian team. We're going to be fading the Fitzpatrick I? Yeah, cool stuff. But then Thomas Dietrich and Victor Perez rounding it out, 7K per. I think there's enough teams that we can maybe take shots on that are sitting down below here. Again, in the shallow. I'm not going to sing it. You got Cole and Saunders. You could be firing them up with another 7K-er. Kelly Craft and Kevin Tway. They're decent enough. I think that they have upside for this type of a format. So lots of ways that you can go with your single entry team, but I can tell you one thing. This is going to be how I started off. So that does it here for the PGA DFS first look. A little bit faster than normal because, again, less than 20 minutes. That's all it should really take to break down this 2-man event. Have some fun in the DFS streets this week. Don't forget to check out the Stokastic lineup generator. Don't forget to get your free pack over at DraftKings Rainmakers. Good stuff. Until next time, till next week on a normal golf tournament, I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck at the Zurich Classic this week.